Hey everybody, welcome to day 2 of the progression of Songs Without Words, Opus 67, number 1. Yesterday we just started breaking down a couple of the first few passages here, and today I want to continue on. There's some tricky things in the left hand, so I'm going to isolate some of the left hand today. And yeah, let's get into it. So I'm going to start at measure, let's see. Well, I'm just going to start from the beginning and just play the left hand alone. At the bottom of the page, starting in measure 11, I'm going to want to isolate some of those places because there's some pretty big distances in the left hand. Move in there, release to get to the 3, rotate over, and when I'm playing this, when I play my 2, I make sure that my thumb releases over onto the D immediately. That's what I'm checking for there. That moment is important. Playing my 4 and an F, 1 on a B flat, and then gotta make sure my 3 is immediately down to play the D. So now I have to go from a 5 to an A flat. That's a little bit of a distance. And when I play my 5, I'm just checking to make sure. I kind of say, okay, my 5 needs to play an A flat there. If I move my hand over, where does my 5 need to play? Somewhere around there, so I don't have, if I'm playing out here, then it'll be more of a distance to go. And then I'm splayed a little bit there to play the tritone. And then I'm moving out because I have to play a G, so I'm going to do that a couple times. So there's some pretty big distances in there. That feels fairly comfortable in my hand, depending on how big your hand is. And again, when I play my thumb, I'm checking to make sure my 2 and all my other fingers came with me. I don't want to do something like that, where my 3, 4, and 5 stay to the left of my thumb, and then my 2 just comes over and pokes it. I'm making sure my whole hand goes over like that to play. That 3, that 5th between the 3 on D and the 5 on G, and this is measure 8 in my score. Now, in the next measure, the first note I play is going to be on an A flat, and the last note I play, my 2, is on a B flat, so that's a 9th between 2 and 5. So I want to make sure that I'm using the playing of the 2 to send me over to the left to play that. I don't want to go like this and then move. I'm moving immediately, and I'm springing off the 2 to go to the left. And oftentimes, there's a couple rests. There's a, beat beat of rest, or half a beat of rest afterwards, but I'm still moving immediately, so I'm in the right place. And then this is like a first inversion of a kind of an open voicing of an F minor 7 chord. And that's the other thing. I always try to block out the harmony in my head, just moving back a measure in measure 8. That's like a third inversion B flat 7 chord, but spaced like that. E flat 6. So I'm really thinking then F minor 6, F minor 7 with the A flat in the bass. And then again, here, number 1, I'm making sure that I play my 1 on the C fairly close to the edge of the key, because the distance between 1 and 2 is a fifth, which is fairly open. But that's a big opening in your hand, so you can do that comfortably. It doesn't feel like a stretch. But I'm also bringing my arm over to the left here, because I'm playing over here and then over here. So I compare those two places where my arm is. So that happens twice. And again, I'm a little bit splayed there. Now, here's an interesting part. This is in measure 10. It goes from this F7 inverted chord, F7, A on the bass, or however you want to describe it. This first inversion F7 chord. Now, if you see the next note my pinky has to play, the 5, is a B flat, and I'm not quite there. So I think I need to play a little bit more forward on the E flat, and I just put a little F in my score. I don't think I need to move in there because it's not that far away, but I just want to make sure that I'm playing a little bit forward so that my E flat can just meet exactly where it needs to be. That's pretty comfortable. So I'm going to go back, now that I've kind of spent a little bit of time analyzing it, looking at it. I'll try and do that a couple of times to get it into my hand. So let's do that now. I'm starting back at measure 4. I'm sorry, measure 5. This is the second phrase of the piece. In, over, send to the A flat, out, miss that, out, over, forward, well, forward there. So that's a short little section that has a lot of interesting things happening in the left hand. I just want to play through what I did yesterday to see how the progress is going and to document it. That's a tricky little measure. in earlier. I really want to feel that major seventh in the second 16th note of the second beat of measure 6. And I need to move in. I didn't move forward enough there. I had to reach for the B flat. So, progress is coming along well, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. Thanks for watching.